Hello friends, welcome to the square spiral garden. The irises are blooming. These are the ones that I got from my mother's house. She had them in the front of her house. And they had been under the shadow of the wild grape arbor. So I'm thinking this year they might be a little thin in flowers, but next year they'll probably go crazy. Yes, we have tons of sticky wicket. This is sometimes also called Velcro plant. It's very Velcro-y. I understand that it used to be, it's from Europe, and the seeds have caffeine, not like coffee level, but they do have some caffeine. And I understand that it made a good mattress stuffing because it wouldn't get lumpy. All the sticky would stick together and it wouldn't lump up. It would stay even. So here's my Maximilian sunflower. It's looking a little weird. There's a bug that does this to mint. I wonder if it's the same bug. I started doing a little bit of trimming on my rosemary. It's looking awfully thin. Just like a few leaves here and there. I'm hoping that it will really rebound this year. But I noticed that my oregano is just gone. I started looking down at the base to try to see if it was coming back from the root, and it's not. So I'm not sure if oregano is just biennial, because it was fine last year. It did fantastic. It was all around here. And I just thought, well, it'll come back from the roots, but maybe it's one of those ones that doesn't. This guy, however, certainly does. This is the Asiatic daylily, my favorite weed. I don't know what that is. Yeah, here's the rosemary I've been trimming up. Apples are done blooming. Hopefully we will get some fruit this year. This is, I think, their third or fourth year in the ground. This is the Cortland, I think. And that one's the Arkansas Black. It's as tall as I am, or a little bit taller. But this guy is a good, 10 feet tall? It's supposed to be a dwarf tree. Artemisia, just starting to bud out some flowers. I think the polar vortex took out some of its branch tips, but it's been doing fine. Oh, there's big weed in the middle of it. I'll have to come in there and get that out. No lack of yarrow, also getting ready to bloom. Wee pond, looking ooky. Peonies. Peonies starting to bloom. That one over there is just starting to split. This one hopefully will open up. And check out that phlox. Ooh. Phlox, it's been spreading, which makes me so happy. And phlox is native. So I had planted it over there, and now it's coming up over here. Or maybe I planted two. But anyway, it still seems to be spreading in spite of the competition. I have been weeding. You can see that little bare spot there. I have been pulling up the mugwort and just laying it back down so that it can act like a mulch. Here's our other peonies with a bald-faced wasp hornet on it. Yikes. Oh my goodness. All right, the mulberry is not giving up yet. Still coming back from the roots. Poor guy. Here's the hazelnut. Garlic, I expect to start bolting anytime now. That's the leaf garlic. I did try the cooking and eating the stem. I don't know what you call it. It was really very nice. It had a very nice mild flavor. Lots of weeds over here. I'm thinking this is the spot I'm going to start transplanting some of the pokeweed over here. Something else I noticed. So there's my elderberry. That's my original elderberry right there. Looking all green and happy. It's one of the very first ones to start leafing out in the end of winter. And it's been throwing babies all over the place here. Here's one of the older babies. It's a couple, 3 years old. This guy came up last year. These are coming up this year. There's a couple in the grass. This is all north of the original. I don't see any. Well, okay, there's one that has come up south of it. So I'm pretty sure they're coming up from roots underground, you know, because you can dig them up that way. But I guess it prefers shade, so it's growing in its own shade. I gotta push them out of my way. Well, while we're over here, grapes. Grapes. Baby grapes, little tiny baby grapes. We have not gotten any grape harvest in the last 2-3 years. Sometimes, mostly due to the fungus. And yes, this is supposed to be a fungus resistant grape. It's the Niagara, which is a white Concord, but it still takes out all the fruit. Any fruit that did come out, I think must have gotten destroyed or eaten by wildlife. Here's our other hazelnut. Now this one, we might get nuts from this year. I got nuts from the other one last year, but none of them were big enough to eat. Here is a paper mulberry. I don't know why it's called paper mulberry, but it doesn't produce any fruit. Fig, looking pretty sad. It is dead, at least up here. We'll see if it comes back from the roots. If it doesn't, we have more. Serviceberry, also looking a little sad. I did spray it. It's an apple, so I sprayed it for the apple cedar rust. Got lots of goldenrod coming up. I have to keep an eye out on this area because there's a poison ivy vine that grows back every year here. Asparagus that the deer ate. Another asparagus. Lots of baby trees that I keep cutting down and they keep coming back. Lots of baby trees. Now here's the first paper mulberry that grew in the garden, and I just keep cutting it back, cutting it down. Here's another young asparagus. Oh, that's got 2 sprouts this year. These I grew from seed, which is very difficult to do. I had an entire seed packet that I put all along here, probably like 100 seeds, and I got about 5 or 6 plants, but they have come back every year. I don't remember what was here. I think maybe it was a gooseberry, but now it's a red bud. I should probably like dig up the red buds and try to move them. They are really persistent, which I'm proud of them because they're native. Raspberry, continuing to do well. Maybe we'll get some berries this year or next year. Here's one of the fun things. This is the native crossvine, and it is very essential for hummingbirds as they travel back home. Now it's growing on my serviceberry, my larger serviceberry, who is not thriving, only surviving, just a few little leaves. I finally realized maybe I should cut it down to the ground to see if it comes back from the roots. Oh, here's another one of my asparagus, and another one. Big asparagus, great big asparagus. That one's taller than I am. More crossvine. That's the one that had been growing up the house that I pulled down and just kind of left on that fence. Now I am really happy to see that there is more clematis over here. That's the clematis leaves. So there is another clematis vine. I had dug one up to transplant, and I'm not sure if it's going to survive the transplanting. So if it doesn't, I'll still have at least one. The grapes over here are the most protected. This is the south, that's the southern, so this is the southwestern corner of the section of the garden. So these guys leafed out first. I've also realized over time that running a grapevine from east to west, because that way's east and here's west, gives it a lot better sunlight than the one that I had run from north to south. Irises I don't think will bloom this year. More crossvine growing crazy like crazy. Sticky wicket, which is grabbing the edge of my skirt. Let go. Got some strawberries hiding in here. I've seen strawberry flowers, but not any fruit yet. Daylily, maybe they will bloom this year. I transplanted them last year. And the woad. Check out the woad. I think it's pretty much done blooming. So hopefully we'll get just like a million seeds. We can plant someplace else next year. More garlic. Gladiolus all through here. Weeds. Lots of weeds. And, oh, yep, look at this. The sorrel, which is some sort of dock, because this is exactly what dock looks like. So this is a cultivated dock that was green through a lot of the winter. It was really nice, except when the deer ate it all the way down to the ground. Oh, yeah, there's some strawberries in there. Look, little strawberries down in there. Nice sour green. It does not like to be cooked. It does not stand up to cooking very well. Here's the old strawberry patch, which is now mostly violets and mint. I wonder if I should just like bring in some horse manure, just cover this whole thing and start over with the strawberries. They've wandered all over the garden. There's still a few of them here. That's one strawberry right there. That's the wild geranium. So maybe, yeah, I just feel like I need to kind of start over with this. Strawberries wander. You can't stop them. But they're wandering in search of food. And cilantro, getting ready to bolt. Speaking of bolting, here is our mustard green, also bolting. Now that's the poke weed right there and over there. I didn't mind them growing here. This is where Inky grows. That might be Inky, the original right there. I think that is. But I'm going to try digging them up. You have to use gloves because it is the roots have a lot of the toxins in them. I did harvest and cooked one bowl of poke greens, which was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot, but I only got one serving. It turns purple so quickly because it's out here in full sun, and when it starts to turn purple is when you're not supposed to eat it. It's when it's like might have too much toxin. So that's why I want to move it over here where it will be in a lot more shade. Nothing really wants to grow there because of all the shade, when I planted lettuce there, the deer just ate it like right away. I'm just always looking for plants that the deer will not eat. Maybe even the rabbits will not eat. So that's my hope, is that I can eventually come up with a garden that will be safe. Here's another new development, something I will never be able to keep safe from the deer. The sunchokes, which are sometimes also called Jerusalem artichokes. But the sunchokes, they are coming back. I had worried a little bit about them, but they're alive. They're alive. So that's the garden update right now. It's such a gorgeous time of year. Maybe we'll get some apples this year. Wouldn't that be exciting? It's a wild mess, but my goodness, I just think it is so beautiful. Thanks for coming with me today. Let's see, what is today? The 20th? The 21st of April. 21st of April, I think. Sunday. And I know it's a wild mess, but I love it. Woad!